Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a lovely, foggy, delightful morning out. I'm very excited to go out and take some photos of the fog. Today, I think I'm going to experiment a little bit with tilt-shift lenses. Tilt-shift lenses are these specialized lenses that allow us to control focus and perspective beyond what standard lenses can achieve. In a normal lens, when you focus on something, the area that is in focus is exactly parallel to the sensor of the camera. A tilt-shift lens allows you to tilt where that area of focus is. So you can shoot with a low aperture and change what is in focus near and far depending on how you tilt. This is ideal for capturing scenes where both foreground things and background things need to be in focus. So you can have something on the left side of the frame far away and something on the right side of the frame close to you, and the two things can be in focus because you have tilted that plane of focus. The shift function, which is taking the lens and moving it side to side or up and down on the camera, the shift function moves the lens parallel to the center, correcting perspective distortions, such as making tall buildings appear straighter, and helps create artistic effects to fix photos and make them look more natural. This is particularly useful in architectural photography or when stitching images together for panoramas. So we're gonna go out and have some fun with some tilt-shift lenses. I got a 24mm and I've got a 90mm. Gonna take the Mark III out into this fog. It's a lovely foggy day and we're going to have some fun. I'm excited. So the other fun thing about these lenses is that they are fully manual focus, which is fantastic. I love manual focus lenses as long as the camera is set up really well for it. These are not super well set up to do manual focus. You'd have no split level finders or anything like that. It works well enough anyway, particularly if you're shooting up in f4 sort of range. This one's f3.5. I think the 90mm is f2.8. The fog is already dissipating, which is kind of fun. And you end up with this like super soft but yet dramatic light. It's like a softbox in the sky. Oh, it's lovely. Look at this. It's so fun when the fog is lifting because the light changes moment after moment. You have this entirely different scene every time you look at stuff. This right here, I've seen it change 3 different times where I can see the other shore, I can't see the other shore, and right now I can just barely see the other shore. One thing to remember when shooting with tilt-shift lenses is when you're tilting and shifting the lens, it's actually changing how much light is coming in, so you have to compensate for it. Little shifts and little tilts and things like that, generally the light meter is close enough, and you'll figure it out. Tilting one way will let in more light, so then your photo will be overexposed unless you compensate. Shifting and tilting the other way might bring in less light, which means you'll have to compensate up. If you're using an external meter, you're still going to have to compensate because not all that light is coming in to your camera. I'm gonna go head over to the quay though, through this Christmas market here, and maybe pick on some strangers, because I do love me some picking on strangers. And in tilt shift, even more fun. Super hard though, because you're manually focusing, and you're trying to get the shift right, and you're trying to get the exposure right, all while capturing a specific moment in time. It's fun and hard at the same time, but I like hard things. The interesting thing about having 2 lenses at your disposal is that the photo you want to take always requires the lens that is not on your camera. This scene right here, this could be a lot of fun in tilt shift, like all these converging lines and things like that. We could play with a little bit of miniature things that way, but I have the 90mm on, so I have to switch to 24. But then I'm going to walk across the street and I'm going to, oh, this would be really great if I just had the 24. Oh, the 90mm, so I'm going to change lenses. Here's a fun fact about the type of photography I do. Some days are banger days. You come home with 20 or 30 amazing shots that you would like to frame and put on a wall. And then there's 6 days in between where you don't get jack shit. And I feel like today was one of those jack shit kind of days. I don't know, we'll see. Sometimes you think you got really great photos when you get home and they're like, these are shite. And sometimes you like days like today where you're like, I didn't get anything good. Time will tell, but I feel it's not a banger day.